Good day. Greetings to you all, our viewers and listeners. And I hope everybody's doing well on this 19th day of May 2026. And welcome once again to the TIHA Archival Conversations, brought to you by Trans and Intersex History Africa, where personal journeys meet history and where we continue building an archive of African trans and intersex lives, movements, memories, and realities. Today's conversation is a deeply important one. For many years, intersex people have existed in African societies, cultures, languages, and communities. Yet their lives have often remained undocumented, misunderstood, medicalized, or hidden behind silence. And then one of the biggest questions becomes, what happens when a people cannot find themselves in archives? What happens when your body exists, but your history does not? Today, we are joined by someone who has lived this reality, an intersex person, and whose work is courageously responding to that absence. We are joined by Ayanda Mqakayi, and they'll be here to correct the pronunciation I have made for their name. Ayanda is a South African photographer, visual storyteller, intersex advocate, and founder of Yaya M Voices, a platform dedicated to documenting intersex lives, histories, embodiment, memory, and lived realities through photography, storytelling, and archival work. Through projects such as Being Intersex, Unseen Lives, and Ride for Intersex Justice, Ayanda is helping create visual and historical evidence of intersex existence, not through medical textbooks or outside interpretation, but through lived experience, memory, creativity, and self-representation. Ayanda, welcome to the TIHA Archival Conversations.
Hi, Victor.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm fine, thanks. Thank you very much. How are you?
I am perfect, and it is so good to have you here on the show. Thank you for honoring that invite and for accepting to share your story with our communities.
Thank you so much for inviting me and also giving me space to continue with what I've been doing, which is being visible and proof of life.
This is our space as trans and intersex people. So feel at home because you are at home. Now,
Thank you.
for starters, teach me some South African language. Is it Zulu or is it Xhosa? How do you pronounce that last name?
So I'm a Xhosa person from Cape Town. Yeah, so my surname is Mqakayi.
Mqakayi.
Mqakayi, yes. I don't never ask what it means, but it's always giving me that thing when I say it,
It
Mqakayi.
just means you. Mqakayi. Well, Ayanda, and that's what I'll be calling you if you're okay with that. Welcome to the Archival Conversations. And I'm sure that our viewers and listeners and Africans and the world 50 years from today will appreciate finding this story being told.
I love that so much.
Welcome to the show again. So let us begin with our conversation. And see, before the language of activism, Ayanda, before the language of archives and advocacy entered your life, before that language that you're using today, visibility and advocacy and my photography, who was Ayanda growing up? Where does your story begin?
Ayanda grew up as this young, masculine girl at the time. I knew myself, I was a female. I was born assigned as a female. So I grew up as a masculine woman who loved sports.
Yes.
I loved running and rugby. I grew up as a lesbian.
Wow.
I thought I was a lesbian for all my life until that day. So
yeah,
Ayanda, before everything, is just a person who like, I don't want to say this like I'm bragging, but I'm loved by everyone in my hood. Like, everyone is there. They know me. I'm that child who was being sent to the shops. This one can run. Send Ayanda. I'm that one.
Mqakayi might mean the loved one. I am not sure. I'm beginning to feel it. So you're born in this family. How many were you as children?
As children, so I was born in a family house where it was my grandfather, my grandmother, and my mother's siblings, and me.
Oh,
and then,
extended family, kind of.
Yes, I'm the extended family. I'm the first grandchild of my grandmother. And I was raised in a very beautiful. It was beautiful back then. Cape Town. New Cross was beautiful back then. We used to play outside cricket, and we used to play soccer. Like, there was nothing as sort of like to say this is a man, this is a woman. We would play everything on the streets, and everything was okay. I was not judged by me being a lesbian. People are like, I don't want to lie. I never faced, growing up, I never faced any kind of, actually from outside, any kind of discrimination outside my home.
Right.
Outside my home.
Before you started playing on the streets, before you were this lesbian, how were things at home? You said you're born intersex, you're masculine girl then, and how was that in the family? Were there any frictions about how you presented yourself and how rough masculine you were?
At 5 years, my mother said I chose my clothes. So I grew up wearing these boy clothes. So my mom says I chose my clothes, and then they let me.
Right.
And they believe that, when they grow up, it's gonna change.
Right.
So I only have this one memory in hospital. It doesn't want to leave my mind. When I was 5 years.
Share it.
It's when I was in a taxi. My mother was walking outside the taxi. It was like a traffic. It was like we were in a traffic, and my mom got out of the taxi and started walking next to it, and then we were closer to the hospital, I think, because when she opened the door, she just took me out, and then I don't remember going in, and then the last thing I remember is I said to her I wanted to pee. And then I remember her excited face. Her face was so excited. I didn't understand at that time even why it stayed in my mind, because I would always think about it.
Okay.
So at 10 years, I grew up with pains. So I've had these pains in my abdomen. Yeah. So I asked her when I was 10. I was doing standard 2 at the time. Mm-hmm. So I asked her, I was with her and my grandmother. I asked them to say, why do I have these pains? Why do I have cuts? And then they said to me, my grandmother, my father's mother, poisoned me. And then
where did you have the pains? Around the abdomen?
I've got 2 operations.
Okay, so you had pains?
Yes, so I had pains.
You had them, and they told you were poisoned.
They told me that my grandmother poisoned me. My father's mother poisoned me. That's why I had to get the cuts, so to remove the poison.
Oh, so it was the scars. You were asking about the scars.
The scars, yes, because they were so painful. They were so painful. Yeah.
Wow. But wow. And then outside home, you said there was not so much. There was no judgment. Nobody cared about how you expressed yourself and all that. And then, how do you arrive to, by that time, have you heard about intersex? Has anybody talked about it?
The only thing. So at that time, I didn't know about intersex. I just knew there's LGBTI cosmos. LGBTI, it ends there for me. I know there's lesbian, bisexual, gay. The rest was not my problem. Back then, I didn't have a problem. That time, it was just, I wasn't interested in knowing other things but me.
Just LGBT.
The only thing I knew that was that. I knew there was this. And then going forward, the only thing I knew about intersex was italasi, the word that my grandmother used to call me by. And that time I was...
Yes, what does that mean?
That word is a Xhosa word meaning intersex.
Ah.
So before I was told that I'm intersex, my grandmother, when she's swearing at me, she would say, "Hey, italasi." So every time...
She was saying it like in a derogatory way?
Like she was saying it in a swearing way. Like every time I do something wrong, she would every time "Hey, italasi." Yeah.
Wow.
So it was just...
Did you care at that time?
I didn't know I'm intersex, so it didn't matter to me, because the only thing I thought of myself is because I'm friends with boys, and I'm always around boys. So, and I like girls. Maybe she heard that I like girls, because that time I was hiding everything. So maybe she heard I like girls, and then putting two and two together, I'm not what I'm supposed to be. So nilitalasa in her eyes. So I just I believed it like that.
So later in life, at 19, reading through your story, at 19 is when you learn that you were born intersex. How did this happen?
So on this day, so my grandmother passed away a year before, 2008. And then, yes, and then 2009, they left me alone. So I was staying alone, and I was still at high school at the time. So I would have friends over for weekends, for school holidays. We would stay in the house, and then when school time, people go back to their homes. So this time it was June. Cape Town, Cape Town in June, it was cold. So my mother doesn't stay with me. So on this day, it was June, my friends were in the house, were packed. And then my mother came to visit, and I was like, I know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask again. I asked her, why do I have these scars? Why are they so painful? Because every time in winter, they get so painful. So I was asking her now.
Wait, when you said, I know the answer to this question, were you referring to the answer in line with poisoning, or had you found poisoning?
The poisoning, that's the answer that they gave me. That's the answer that I was expecting from her mouth.
All right, so you asked the question.
So now I'm asking this question, and these people are here in this room, and my mother just boom, and first thing she said, she laughed and like, I was intersex. Like she said it in this way in my language. I was asked about intersex. Like, don't you know that you were born intersex? And I was like, I was shocked. The same. My girlfriend was there.
Wow.
My friends were there. People that I thought loved me so much were there.
Oh.
So it wasn't nice, Victor. It wasn't so nice.
That must have been a very tough moment. But when you had heard about the word intersex, and so you knew what she meant.
It's being pointed at me. I know what the word means. Now the word is here.
Did this create relief that I have gotten answers finally? Did it create anger? You know, like what are those feelings, very briefly, that you were feeling during that period, during that moment?
That moment, I froze. I was, because she was telling me this in front of all these people. I could have been on my own. She could have just told me alone. Maybe it wasn't going to be such a problem. But now it's not my story. It's going to be our story. The narration of the story is going to depend on how they want to narrate it. That was my problem. So I was not okay about it. It took me to a stage where I started.
Did she explain that this is why you got the scars? Or did she go into any detail?
She went on and said, I got the scars when I was 2 years, because when she gave birth to me, she was 16. And then they had to wait for her to be 18 so she can be able to sign the form to say I can be operated on. So that's the only thing I know. We never ever had this conversation, me with her, sitting down to be like, now tell me, what did they say to you? The only thing that they said to her that I know is that they said to her, the decision that the reason why she chose me to be a woman is because the doctor said I'm more of a female than a male. And then she agreed with the doctors. That's the only explanation.
A lifelong decision for you. That revelation must have been very painful.
It was painful. I started having panic attacks after that.
I'm so glad that you have survived to this date, and very grateful that you can share this story, because I'm quite sure that it's not unique to you, but to a lot of intersex people who are not even able to talk about it. So thank you so much, and we are holding space for you here. Thank you. And you're very brave. Oh God. Yeah, it's kind of, hit me, especially how you found out. But one thing that has stuck with me deeply in your story so far, is you hearing your grandmother use the isiXhosa word italasi, which meant intersex.
At that time, I didn't even know. It all came back. I think that's why I was having those panic attacks after I had, because I started having panic attacks after panic attacks. Because now people started gossiping, stories started coming out. Now I didn't know the people that I was with. They saw me as this perfect lesbian, perfect masculine, perfect voice, perfect voice. Now they were pointing to say, that's why he's got a voice like this, because. So now there's this one, when I'm talking to someone, then they say, so it crushed my space to this small thing, because I'm a very confident person. I don't mind anything. It's happening. It's not. I don't mind it. But now, all of that put me in this box. Now I didn't know who knows. So now everyone who's looking at me is looking at me in that eye to say, yeah, this intersex or say, So that's when I started committing suicide, drinking, and I started going on the down low to a point where I was in crime, because those were the people that accepted me, and I was that person because
this broke you. Probably the part that broke you is the fact that you lived in darkness all those years, not aware of what happened to you, and then community finding out and it being used against you. and displacing you, because it displaced you from the spaces where you were once bold and included. And I guess that is the life of so many intersex people. Could that be the reason why many are scared to talk about it?
I think the reason why other people are scared is because it's what's been built around it. Because now, after hearing that I'm intersex, I wanted to find out. I wanted to know other people. I wanted to know more. So gender dynamics got me to meet Patrick. If you remember Patrick, I don't know if you know Patrick. There's this intersex person who stayed in Cape Town. So that's the only person I saw on Facebook, on internet.
Right.
And then, but to connect that to me, it was still not, because now I'm trying to see faces, who's online, right. whose pictures are there. And then when you go online, you just see faces. And then you say, okay, maybe these people are all intersex, but there's no story, nothing you can read,
right?
Except for all the medical things that are being said, medically, chromosomes. So I was like, hey, then I just let everything, and then I started telling myself and believing that I'm lesbian. Intersex, what they believe, me, I'm lesbian.
We walk on the streets, but we are carrying stories. This is Ayanda, South African intersex person, an activist, an archivist, somebody who is taking the time to document, archive, intersex people's stories and lived realities, and trying to create visibility of these issues. And this is why we have this. We have Ayanda as our special guest today, for the same reasons, and also because Ayanda is doing exactly what we care about a lot: archiving and keeping these stories as treasure, because that is where we come from. And today we are looking at part of history of intersex people in Africa. Ayanda is from South Africa. So, Ayanda, just moving forward, I want to go into, the photography, your work, and, things that you do. But before that, on the issue of language, again, back to Italase, because that really stuck with me. It is the Xhosa word for intersex. Isn't it amazing how language survives? Because the language was there. It was there before you were born. Your grandmother used it. It survives, but understanding disappears. By the time there was language for intersex in isiXhosa community, that means it was so long ago. At some point, I think understanding of intersex people disappeared. They must have understood it before.
So from these stories that I collect,
yes,
even from understanding where my grandmother comes from, language, in fact, not my grandmother, understanding language will tell you that this thing is known, it existed. It's telling us that it's done with intention to erase. Because if you go back to African history of intersex people,
yes,
when the time of midwives, before we had doctors, intersex people were seen as connection to God. Because now it was not about the body, because the body is the image of God. Now we were not seen as the same people. We were seen as the connection to God. We were seen as people that can see. We were seen as advisors of the chiefs. We were seen as what's this word? People that can see. What's this word? I'm looking for English word. Imboni. People that could tell. Fortune tellers.
Fortune tellers.
Yes, we could even be midwives to help people give birth. So, I think somewhere there happened because now a story that my friend shot is that this woman was a midwife. So now the moment they learned that my friend is intersex, that they're talking to is intersex, they asked them, how did you survive? At this day and age, someone asks you, how did you survive? Because the moment they see an intersex child, they would make sure they don't exist, and then they tell the mother the child didn't make it.
Wow, that's very interesting. You've collected that kind of stories?
Because of we need to know where we come from.
Those are very important stories.
How did it come that things are like this right now? Because I don't believe that we only exist in hospitals. I do not believe that. Even the definition they give us, it's medical. They're putting us in a thing again. You understand? And what even pains me is that even in LGBTI, every letter there confirms.
Yeah.
It confirms with the person, and then you come to I, and then it goes back to hospital and all those medical languages, which is now I don't feel affirmed. Now where do I belong?
Yeah.
You understand? So
yeah,
this work has got me like this. Me like even me deciding to take photography and talk. It's like creating question after question after question after question. Even now I'm sitting with questions, but I know that visiting these small villages that have those still have old people, I go to those places. I ask. I'm still gonna go there. I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna document. I'm gonna bring those so that now we see and we hear.
Right.
Where we come from.
Right. Well, kudos to your grandmother, wherever she is. I think that the part where you talk about her is proof about the existence of intersex people in our African societies long before colonialists came. Something, of course, happened and led to colonial systems erasing
when Adam and Eve came.
Our history. And also, I have read that you have found a lot of solace and healing and purpose in photography. And you actually often describe photography not simply as art, but as reclamation. Right? How did the camera become a place where you could begin reclaiming your body, your memory, and existence? How did it become that to you?
I always like from 2013 when I started documenting, but I was documenting other people, other things, not me. It was anyone else but me. And then Prof. Moholi suggested that I attend.
Who was that?
Prof. Moholi, Zanele Moholi.
Okay.
Suggested that I should attend photography school. And then I went there And then I was given a task to say, I must talk about something. Then I was like, there's nothing I want to talk about except for me. Because now when I ask these people about me, when I talk about me, they don't know anything. The only thing that when I talk, I see puzzle in their faces. They know nothing. And then I was like, maybe it's time I talk about myself. Because if I can have this power, which is a camera,
right,
then I can make this thing exist. Because if a photographer doesn't know, because photographers talk about everything. So if a photographer doesn't know this, that means something is lacking. Because now they tell me that Zanele Moholi, you photographed about the LGBT and they understand trans, but they know nothing about intersex. So then I was like, I have started already shooting about my life, but I didn't do it as to say I want to teach people. I want to stop this erasing thing. I just photographed because I wanted to tell my story as what my father used to be to me, you understand?
Yeah.
So now it was time for me to be political, to challenge things and systems and yes, and that means I must be ready to be out there. I can't photograph myself, but someone else to say they're telling my story. I must photograph me.
You're gonna tell your story.
Me, yes. Then
there were a lot of scars in that story.
Yes.
Do we have any of that work, studio? Do we have any of that work in the gallery? So that I think I believe Ayanda was happy to share these pictures. If
that work comes from. Oof.
Which one is this, Ayanda? Do you want to talk about it?
So because of this one, because we are photographed always from here down. So now I wanted to show you and bring light to what I wanted to see, which is me. I'm not a problem. This is me.
Right.
Yes, and then the use of light. Also, the use of light is also a communication to say, that you see in a surgical place, the light always is going around like how can I say this? But it goes
over
straight,
you.
Yes, to where they want to show, and then the other part is dark.
Oh yes.
Yes, so I wanted to photograph in that manner, but now in also showing me as a person. Yes. So this one is the work that talks of this image and talks of the time when I found out that I was intersex. So this sort of talks of the depression and all the sorrow and sadness that I was under.
Oh yeah. It really shows us that self-portraiture allows you to say what the ordinary language might not be able to say.
Yeah, this talks of the fears.
It's a lot that you're communicating. Is this the same period?
This one is this talks of an intersex experience of pains, of the fears we have.
Yeah.
Because now when I was creating this work, I was not feeling okay. I was dizzy, even taking off my clothes. It was cold, but I had to do it because I wanted to show that when you're an intersex person, you get to feel pains when the season changes, and also even if the pain is not physical, you get to feel. There's a lot of fears that you get to feel, because now asking myself if I had questions to say to I want to have kids. Can I carry? When they cut me, what did they take?
Right.
Can I go to hospital and check which hospital is safe enough? I haven't went to hospital ever since 2009.
Because you're not yet to face what they'll tell you.
I'm scared because when
you don't know what they did when they cut you.
Yes, and something that I'm gonna share here on this space. I don't know if it's okay. I still feel that because now I don't know what they took, but I can still feel I have one testicle. It's funny. I still have one testicle. I can feel it. But now, to say, I have ovaries and I have this testicle that I feel I have now, because I go on my period, but it's not the same as your normal female.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry for saying normal. So now, how do I go and check my body? Where is that safe space? Because now you will say, this is an LGBTI space. I've never tried it, but now people will say it's an LGBTI space. But when I get there and they see me, then now I'm gonna be an experiment again.
Right.
So that is my fear. I don't want to be an experiment. I don't want people. It's like now I'm in a police station reporting my case, and now people are calling each other, hey, come hear this. Hey, come hear this. I don't want to be that person. So I just sit with myself and talk with my images.
Studio, can you bring back that last picture, the last picture before this one? The picture here really shows exactly what you've been talking about. From what I have had, these scars, this pain, this fear in the live as part of the lived reality of so many intersex people. Am I right to say that, Ayanda?
Yes, and even if you can see on this picture that I'm showing that just removed studio removed. If you can see, there's like some sort of bars that sort
Yes.
of something like a prison like.
Yes.
Because in your own body you trapped. Now you are trapped. You go out. Even if I can go to hospital, no one will tell me, will want to hear from me. When I say I don't like this, now it's gonna be something else. The moment I stay there in that bed, they can do whatever they like. So now it's like, even if I'm this, I'm still not in control. Because what do you mean when you say I can't go to a hospital because I don't feel safe?
Right.
You know.
This is very deep, Ayanda, and thank you. You're very brave and generous to share this, especially for the sake of other intersex people. It's really very important. It's a very important narration and part of your story. Thank you so much. I am sure that somebody out there feels more or less this way, and this helps them also to understand a lot. I mean, yourself don't understand a lot. You're still discovering more. You're afraid of even going to the hospital because you might find out what you're not ready to find out. So this is very helpful. It's very painful. We don't, I just don't feel like I even deserve to. This is sacred, and the best I can give right now is hold this space for you. I am here, and will be here even off the screen. But thank you so much. As we this is a long story that I just wanted to keep having with you, this conversation. But I know also a very important work that you're doing. These challenges have not stopped you. They have not stopped you. The purpose that you have within you, you continue to take it forward. And we've seen also that you have a project called Being Intersex Project. And the project Being Intersex feels larger than just photography. It feels most like historical intervention. What archive are you trying to build through this work? What kind of archive? Like, who are you documenting for? And what are your dreams for this project?
So when I created this,
just describe what Being Intersex Project is first.
So Being Intersex is it's I'm just going to summarize it so we can
Yes.
cut it.
Yes.
It's just me speaking about experiences, my experiences, other intersex people experiences, using my body and the camera as a medium, but challenging erasure, challenging stigma, challenging all these harmful things that they're doing to us, and thinking that because it's closed, no one is going to say anything. So now I wanted to put myself out there. When I spoke about this work to Moholi, they said I'm gonna be the new Mandela.
Yeah.
So I said, if I'm gonna be that one sacrifice that other people like me, like my mother, who was 16 at the time, there's a 16-year-old who's pregnant who has an intersex child right now as we speak, but they don't know what to do. But now they can go to these sites, they can go to Facebook, they will find us. You understand? That is why I'm doing what I'm doing. So
they'll see the pain that you're going through as a result of somebody making a decision for you at some point.
Yes, because if we don't educate our parents, our young girls, this thing, there's not. We always come back to these talks and talk about surgicals that are being done. But now I want to come back to this talk and say the work is happening now in South Africa. We no longer have children being cut for no reason. You understand? So by doing this work, I just want to create something that I never got, something that even when an intersex person wants to find themselves, even if I'm not themselves, or our stories are not the same, but they will find something to look for and say, at least there's someone who's out there who went through this, and they're doing this thing, which is they're showing me which Namzoba right, I'll be fine. You understand? So it's just for us to be fine. We are still, I am here. There's a newborn that I want them to see this, their mother, before they are even born, so that their mother can make a better decision for them not to get to this point. So yeah.
Thank you, Yaya. Your work is very important, very needed, and I am so proud of you and you being out there as a young person, trying to break those boundaries and open the eyes of humans, especially Africans.
It's like I'm reminding humanity, because
and that
they
way
know
save a lot of lives. You're going to you're going to save people from going insane. You're fighting this erasure, even in the medical systems where they physically erase somebody's existence.
Because now we are seen as if you are not your mother's punishment, you're a doctor's problem.
Exactly.
So now we're gonna be something else. So now they're gonna see something else. I'm working on something else. They're gonna see a lot.
You are amazing. It takes us to Yaya M Voices. Yaya M Voices. What is Yaya M Voices? And you founded Yaya M Voices. What were you trying? What gaps were you trying to fill? You know, culturally, visually, historically, by creating this platform. What is Yaya M Voices, for starters?
So Yaya M Voices came about me asking myself questions. What is the music saying about us? What is the museum saying about us?
What does the music or museum?
Music, museums, like all of these institutions, what are they saying about us?
Okay.
And to find that it's erasure, it's quiet.
Right.
And instead of a person, an intersex person writing an intersex story and presenting themselves as an intersex in the movie, another person writes an intersex story.
Yes.
And then another person pretends and acts like an intersex person.
Right.
So why Yaya M Voices is a space where even musicians can come and say, I want to talk about,
Okay.
I want to talk about intersex people.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to go through, you want to say this music through Yaya M Voices, come. We want that archive.
Yes.
A space where I write poetry. We have
Yes.
poems. People have written poems.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's an archival space. We create that archive of intersex. We collect intersex stories. Let me just put it like that. We collect intersex stories in every way. Hence, we have the camera and the sound, whereby we document and we take the audio, things that we are going to be living forever. There's not. It's not a paper whereby you can delete, and it's something that's going to be. You're going to see it. You're going to hear it. There is no way you can say, I can write this off. No. Even if you can put your ear like this, you're going to be seeing me or
So
singing.
this is archive. This is you are archiving intersex lives. And what parts are you geographically? What are you? What do you cover? What is geographically the area that you cover? Is it just in Cape Town? Is it South Africa? Is it Africa?
For now, I think Yaya M Voices can go as far as where intersex people are. But
Right.
where I am right now, I'm in Johannesburg, South Africa. But we went to document in Durban, and I documented few stories, few interviews of people where I come from in Cape Town. So I just because I just found out that other people know about this, but now I didn't know that they know. So it was a hush story until now.
Yes.
Like I found out that just last year, my cousin brother knew I was born intersex. My neighbor knew I was born intersex. But these people were quiet all this time, which brings us back to say these people didn't mind me because they knew.
It was just about themselves. Their
It was
image.
just it was just them protecting the truth that they
Themselves. Themselves. It's strange.
you
Sad.
see, because they didn't tell me. I've never even heard a gossip in my street that they said I was born intersex, something that says I was intersex, or to say I'm doubting myself, or people are saying that I'm intersex. No one ever hinted, except for my grandmother. No one hinted anything until last year when I was telling them about myself, because if I'm gonna go out there to say I'm intersex to everyone, I wanted to tell my family that I am going out there to say I'm intersex. I'm telling you, if you didn't know, I'm telling you that I'm intersex now. And then they just laughed and said they knew. And I was like, how do you know? And they said, my father told me. And the other one says, my grandmother told me, but they said I must keep quiet about it. So it was just a hush thing. And now I'm going out. I just want to see. I want to see why. Why did we come to? How did we come to this point where we are being quiet about it?
Right.
Like, why did we lose it?
Yeah. And you're picking up. You're picking
So,
up the pieces everywhere to bring it back, to bring knowledge back, existence, proof of existence. Thank you so much, Yaya. But very quickly as we go to the end, Ride for Intersex Justice. I believe that's a campaign.
That's a campaign.
Yeah.
Yes.
So tell us about the Ride for Intersex Justice, and why was it important to take advocacy into public physical space in that way? Very interesting strategy.
Because
what is it, first of all?
Right for Intersex Justice is a campaign that Ayanda, going to be cycling in. I'm going to be cycling from Johannesburg to Cape Town, but now I'm going to be going I'm gonna be using okay, let me not use my hands. So I'm gonna be using the rural side to go to Cape Town, because the purpose of this is I want to go to clinics, children hospital.
Right.
I want to educate them about intersex, and I want to educate them about these painful things that are happening to intersex children.
Yeah.
In fact.
Yes.
And then also we wanna have like your mini workshops educating or facilitating workshops with our rural areas allies,
Yes.
your intersex, your LGBTI organizations. Because now in the rural spaces, we might call ourselves LGBTI, but we don't understand anything about the I. So I want to be that person who's going to say, I'm the I, or we are the I, and this is what we want you to understand about us, except for using the medical language.
Ayanda, this is a very, very powerful thing that you're going to do, riding all the way from Johannesburg to Cape Town through the rural areas, visiting clinics, holding workshops, advocating for intersex people, creating visibility for intersex people. This is a very, very, very important thing. I had never thought of such a thing. And I'm so proud that I even know you. And when does this start? Do you know a date?
We are working on a date. We're still working. You know these things. We're still working on it. We need some here and there, support.
When
yeah,
you please let us know at Tiha. We want to follow you. We want to check in with you every day to see how you're doing, give you energy. Move on.
Because it's gonna be live. We're gonna have it. We're gonna document everything.
Wonderful.
Everything will be documented.
Wonderful. And perhaps we can also share about it and have people encourage you all the days or months that you're going to be traveling. We can share with communities across Africa, because this is a big, big thing. So I want to keep hearing about the right for justice.
Let's just put it out there. Let's just put it out there. Maybe the support will come. Let's put it out there.
Yes, and as we come to the end, Ayanda, again, thank you so much. You're very brave. You're very passionate about these issues. You have given Africa the gift of your own story. You know, you've given a gift of your own story that so many people are freely going to receive, but something that is going to be valuable in changing mindsets, in helping those who are living in fear, in answering questions for those who are questioning. It is a very big gift. And as we end this show, we come to the end of this show, I am requesting you to stay on this screen alone and introduce yourself, so that we cut out this very nice clip and share with so many people. Introduce yourself, what you do, why you, and encourage these others to do this kind of work. For those who cannot do it, if they can look for you, share social media presence if you have spaces, if you have them. Just speak to the intersex community in Africa, give a word of encouragement in line with the work that you do, archiving, documenting, and unearthing the stories that were buried. We will leave you on the screen by yourself, and please give that short message the way you want it to be.
I will try my best. Thank you, Victor. Thank you, Tim. Hi, everyone. My name is Ayanda Mqakayi. I'm from Cape Town. My home is in Cape Town, but I moved to Johannesburg. My story starts from Cape Town, where I was born. I was born intersex. And I think my whole life, my whole story was created for this moment. It was created for me to come and say this thing. It's not easy to be someone like an intersex person. It's not easy to come out and say I'm intersex, because now you are thinking of who is gonna say something, you know. Before I did this work, I went through deep healing. I started rejecting myself, rejecting this everything about the word intersex, associating it with me. I understand when someone tries to end themselves, but that is not the way. I tried that too, and if I ended myself, I wouldn't be giving this message right now. Yaya M Voices come from a space where it's actually Yaya M Voices come from a child that wanted to know. So in wanting to know, I ended up having this space where now I want us to know and learn from and probably heal from. We all have stories to tell. So I will urge, if you can, if you feel you wanna be that person who wants to share a story, or who wants to talk to someone who is facing the same thing as I did, and you've heard my story, share with them, or make them come here to see this. Show parents these messages. Talk to your mothers, talk to your sisters, talk to your friends, because we come from heterosexual people. We must talk to those people. I don't want to say much. Let me cut it. So Yaya M Voices is about collecting intersex stories for the future and for the healing of us right now, but mostly for our futures when we are no longer here. Someone will come and find us here, and probably when we leave at this earth, a lot of policies will have been changed. We work for that. We strive for that. We do everything that we do for that. I want to say thank you for inviting me to this space and allowing me to share my story. And for someone out there who wants to learn, who wants to understand intersex, my name is Ayanda Mqakayi. It's on Facebook, on and Instagram also, and Yaya M Voices, where we keep everything about intersex stories and all the archives. Okay, I'm hiding other archives, but where we keep everything, it's YMV, Yaya M Voices on all the social networks. I don't have what's this in TikTok yet, but I'm working on it. I'm gonna finish my website probably this week, and then I'm gonna share it with Victor so they can share it with you, and then you can just go there and view what we're doing. In any way you want to be a part of the person we document, you want to share your story with us, I'm proud to come and document you. You want me to come and talk with church members, I will come, even if it's taxi drivers. I will come and talk to them I use my images most of the time to make people understand, just to get out of the medicine and hospital walls, to make intersex human. Yes, I know I've said so much, but thank you, Victor.
Thank you very much, Yaya. Thank you for this blessing today. Thank you for this gift today. Yaya, you inherited erasure as an intersex person. And today your work is creating inheritance for future generations. But it is going to be an inheritance of visibility, of proof of existence.
Yes.
No more erasure. No more. Thank you so much, Yaya, for this story. I cannot thank you enough here at TIHA. We are very honored to host you for this conversation, and for everybody out there, share this story with others. It is an eye-opening story. It's a healing story, and you can also find it on our website, transintersexhistory.africa. Also find Yaya M Voices across the social media spaces. Thank you very much. Today, for those of you watching these 50 years, it was recorded 50 years ago on
Yes,
May 19th, 2026. So until next time, from Yaya and Victor Mukasa at Trans and Intersex History, have a wonderful weekend.
thank
Cheers.
you.